COVID causing all kinds of problems out in League One, but of course the football keeps on coming on. We got our latest round of picks coming at very, very soon, and guess what? We're on the bloody road. With another big show. What are we looking at today? We're taking a look at Matchday something. It is, according to my brain, it is Matchday, I don't even know, Matchday number 20 out in League One. We'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, stop what you're doing, swallow what you're chewing, except for gum, of course, and smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, League One related, World Football. We're going to all here in a bloody car. That's right, we're on the bloody road, of course. But the predictions keep on coming, folks. They keep on bloody coming. What a big shout out, of course, to the patrons. We're still trying to get up to 25. We've still got a couple of days left of 2021. 2020. Luna's up. She's already and raring to go. Yeah, if you're interested, check out the links down below. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Patreon. And of course, the link to Patreon should be across the screen, hopefully over there, as the traffic builds up, boys. But as the traffic builds up, the predictions keep on coming. So let's hopefully get into it and have a look at what we got going on. And again, if you watch the some of the other ones, you'll realise I haven't got all the data at my disposal. But let's give it a shot and see what we can do right here, right now. So let's kick it all off. Of course, recapping my picks. Of course, we're not really going to look at your picks, but I'll tell you more about that in a minute and what we're going to do about that. So kicking off, of course, COVID ran rapid through the division just the other day, calling off pretty much half of the fixtures, including Sunderland against Blackpool. That was postponed. I think Sunderland against Hull. That was postponed. There was one game on here, I think we did talk about it prior or in the last episode or whatever. Doncaster against Shrewsbury, that match did go ahead. I can't remember what I did, but it ended up with a 1-0 win for Shrewsbury. Aaron Pierre on the score sheet for Shrewsbury getting themselves the 3 points. Upsetting Doncaster perhaps. But into the Boxing Day fixtures, let's go into it. Sunderland were supposed to take on Hull, but they didn't. I actually would have went with a 2-1 win for Sunderland on this one, but unfortunately we don't know. We don't bloody know. Meanwhile, Blackpool also was supposed to take on Rochdale. Again, that game was postponed. I also went with a 1-0 win for Blackpool, and again, we'll have to wait and see about that, whenever that comes back around. Charlton Athletic, did they play? Yes, they did play Plymouth. Ended up as a 2-2 draw. I actually went with a 2-0 win myself on this one. Luke Jepcott with a couple of goals there for Plymouth. Chris Gunter and Marcus Madsen, I was wondering where he was, got on the score sheet for Charlton in a 2-2 draw. Actually went with a 2-0 win for myself. Not great, really. Meanwhile, Crewe, they did play, I believe. They did play Fleetwood, 1-1 in the end, actually with a 2-2 draw. Wes Burrs on the score sheet for Fleetwood. Mikael Mandron on the score sheet in the bloody end there. Puts the round down. I went with a 2-2, not too shabby, pals. As we drive by South Carolina, this is live South Carolina stuff. You can see it and admire it. Plug it in your veins. Doncaster against Accrington was postponed. I went with a 2-1 win for Doncaster, but again, we'll have to probably redo that one. Gillingham against Peterborough also postponed. Went with the 1-0 win for Peterborough on this one. Again, we'll have to wait and see. Ipswich Town against Northampton Town also postponed. Went with a 2-1 win for the Potters. Is that what they call them? I don't know what they call them. What they call Ipswich? I don't even know their nickname. Lincoln City against Burton. That went ahead, and guess what? It went ahead with style. 5-1 win for Lincoln City. Remy Howarth on the score sheet. Brendan Johnson, Anthony Scully. Brendan Johnson got a couple of goals there. Harry Anderson as well. Kane Hemmings on the score sheet for Burton, but they got spanked. Actually, I'm the 2-0 win myself. MK Dons, they did go ahead against Bristol Rovers, 2-0 final score. Ben Gladwin, of course, ex-Rover on the score sheet there. Scott Fraser as well. I went with the draw. Oxford United against Wimbledon. That also went ahead. John Curtis. When I say John Curtis, I mean not even close. That's not even close. That's Jordan Obtal on the score sheet for Oxford, and Matty Taylor on the score sheet as well, giving them the 2-0 win. I went with the 2-0 win. It's not too shabby. Got the one bang on the nose. And Pompey against Swindon was postponed. 3-1 for me. Wigan Athletic did play Shrewsbury. I went with a draw. I don't know why I've given myself a Brucey bonus on that one. It was a 1-0 win in the end for Wigan. The 1-0 was my pick, 1-1 was the final score. Will Keane from the penalty spot, Sean Wally on the score sheet for Shrewsbury in the end. Like I see, if you really add up my things, I got 3 out of 6. So, not great. Again, this is the table as it stands. Of course, very, very rough looking picks at the moment. But Leicester City are your leaders at the moment. Portsmouth are in second. Hull City with a game in hand in third spot. Doncaster, Peterborough, Charlton make up your playoffs at the moment. Burton, Wigan, Swindon and Northampton going down as it bloody stands. Of course, we do have a live action prediction league, but if you've checked out some of the other videos, you'll realise we are not going to be looking at your picks this time around. The turnaround time is too rapid. I'm on the road. I don't have internet access, and realistically, it's quite hard to keep up to a date. What we're going to do in the next one, maybe the New Year's Day fixtures, we'll have a double bubble and bring you up to date with the leaderboard combined. Perhaps we'll have a look at the redo your picks and all that for that, and then of course we'll bring you up to date with the latest round picks. So just keep on putting your picks in. I've not forgotten about them. I've got the record of them, but I just can't present them to you because I can't get to access to the table, the Google Docs. And if you're a patron, in fact, if you are a patron, you can look at that live table with the data. So if you are interested, check out the links down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. But anyway, moving forward, let's take a look at the next round of matches then, shall we? This might be ugly. This might be bloody ugly, but we'll have a little look at it anyway. Wimbledon will be taking on Ipswich Town. And again, I've got basic stats here because we're on the road. The last two games, two sides, one win for Ipswich, one draw, nothing for Wimbledon. Of course, last time out in Wimbledon was a 0-0 draw back in February 2020, of course, earlier in the calendar year. Heading into this, though, what do we have on this? These guys, I've got nothing. I've got absolutely no idea. We have a little bit of something right there. Ipswich coming to this, just one defeat the past 4 for them. That was against Portsmouth a couple of games back. Meanwhile, Wimbledon coming to this without a win in 4, losing 3, drawing 1. Heading into the table, though, what do we have in the situation out of the league? Of course, Ipswich have got dreams of course, promotion. They are actually in 7th spot at the moment, but for them, they could actually go as high as 2nd in the bloody league. Wimbledon in 18th spot at the moment, 21 points on the board, and with them they could go as high as 14th in the table. I don't know if these games go ahead or not. I don't know. According to I think this game will not go ahead, but I'm going to put it in anyway regardless. I can't see any odds, and I don't really have many odds, but I've gone with on this one. I've gone in with absolutely a terrible thing. I think I've gone with a 2-0 win here for Ipswich in the end. Next up we have Peterborough up against Charlton. Let's take a close look at this one then, shall we? And again, I don't know if it goes ahead or not, but I've got to keep on getting the picks in. Plus, they play each other in the last 6. 4 was for Peterborough, nothing for Charlton, and of course 2 draws. This would be the Marcus Madsen derby heading into this. Charlton unbeaten in the last 4 games, picking up 3 draws and a win to boot. Meanwhile, Peterborough coming to this unbeaten in the last 3, picking up 2 wins and a draw to boot as well. Of course, last time out at Peterborough was a 0-0 draw back in January 2019, so nothing really to report here. Heading into this, of course, Peterborough coming to this in 5th, Charlton coming to this in 6th, both on 32 points, and both a win for either of them. Could go into the top 2 on this one, and again, I don't think this game will go ahead, but if it was to go ahead, I would have went with a 2-0 win for Peterborough to take it to the bank. Next up we have Burton Albion taking on Wigan. Now this match could take ahead. Of course, played each other in the last 6. 2 wins for Burton, 1 win for Wigan, and 2 draws. Last time out in Burton was a 2-0 win for Wigan. That was back in January 2017. Callum Connolly with a couple of goals for himself for Wigan. And heading into this, Burton actually lost their last 3 matches in League One, and they'll come into this looking for something. Wigan coming to this just 1 defeat past 5 for them. That 1 defeat was against Rochdale, and it was a big defeat at home, of course, at the DW, a 5-0 loss midway through the month of December. Meanwhile, 3 defeats on the spin for Burton. Not great indeed. Of course, both teams looking at relegation at the moment, of course, needing the result to kick-start their season. Burton are coming to this 24th spot, but a win for them. They could actually leave for Wigan, who are currently coming to this in 23rd, but a win for them. They could actually get out of the drop zone at the expense of maybe Bristol or Rochdale indeed. I've gone with on this one a 1-1 draw, point split right down the bloody middle. Of course, and that probably would more suit Burton than Wigan. Next up with Bristol Rovers taking on Sunderland. Do we have that? No, it's not. It's Accrington Stanley actually taking on Sunderland. Goodness gracious me, if I could see it. Yes, we can. Of course, the last 6 sees 3 wins for Sunderland, 2 draws, and absolutely nothing for Accrington Stanley. Heading into this, of course, the last time out at Accrington was a 3-1 win for Sunderland back in September 2019. Lyndon Gooch on the goal scoring sheet, Mark McNulty as well, Aidan McGeady as well, Jordan Clark getting the 1-0 goal for Accrington Stanley. Heading into this, though, Sunderland have actually scored at least 3 goals in the last 3 away matches against Accrington in all competitions. They've also won the last 3 away against Accrington. They're coming to this, though, unbeaten in the last 3, picking up 2 wins and a draw to boot. That's in the Lee Johnson era, whereas Accrington Stanley coming to this from 1 defeat the past 5 for them. That was against Wigan in a 7-goal thriller, 4-3 loss going in favour of Wigan in the end. Look at the situation out on the table. Of course, Accrington have got dreams of the tops, the playoffs. They come to this in 8th. Win for them, they could actually go as high as 4th, where Sunderland comes to this in 11th. 3 games in in hand on some of the teams above them, but a win for them in this one, they could go as high as 8th in the table above Accrington Stanley in the process. I've gone with on this one with the 2-0 win for Sunderland. If the game goes ahead, I don't know if it will do. According to my, it looks like they've got some odds on this, 12 to 5 for Accrington Stanley. I really can't see the odds. It's very, very, very shaky, bit achy. Next up, Bristol Rovers taking on Pompey, of course. Again, I don't know if it'll go ahead, but we'll go with it. Played each other in the last 63 wins for Portsmouth, 1 win for Bristol Rovers, and 2 draws. Last time out in Bristol was in fact a draw. It was a 2-2 draw in the end back in October 2019. Gareth Evans on the score sheet, Ronan Curtis as well. 2-0 lead for them. Alex Rodman and Craig McGelvey with a big fat OG, giving Bristol Rovers a share of the spoils, of course, back in last season. Heading into this, though, Bristol Rovers just won to defeat the past 4, of course, defeat last round against MK Dons. Prior to that, 3 wins on the spin. Meanwhile, Portsmouth are unbeaten in the last 5 games, picking up 4 wins and a draw to boot. That draw was against Fleetwood at Fratton Park. A look at the situation out on the table. Of course, Portsmouth are second. Is this the year they get back to the Championship? It looks like it could be on the agenda. Meanwhile, their opposition, Bristol Rovers, trying to stay in this division. A win for them, they could actually go as high as 15th in the table. I've gone with Portsmouth on this one with a 2-1 win on the road, and a big win that would be for them. Next up, Fleetwood Town taking on Doncaster Rovers. Now they played each other in the last 63 for Fleetwood, 2 for Doncaster, and 1 draw. Last time out in Fleetwood was a 2-1 win for Fleetwood, and Ched Evans on the score sheet, Harry Suter as well, and a 2-1 win. Now Ennis on the score sheet for Doncaster. Heading into this, Fleetwood have actually drawn the last 3 matches in League One. They've also scored at least 2 goals in the last 4 matches against Doncaster in all competitions. They come into this though, Fleetwood. Unbeaten in the last 5, of course, picking up 3 draws and 2 wins. Meanwhile, Doncaster one defeat the past 5 for them. The defeat was against Shrewsbury the other day, pre-Boxing Day it was. Prior to that, it was 4 wins on the spin for Doncaster, who do have dreams of automatics, I think. 4th spot on the table at the moment, and with them they could go second. Meanwhile, Fleetwood come to in 10th, and with them they could get themselves back into the playoffs, and maybe as high as 5th in the table. It's going to be tight, this one. I like Fleetwood, I really do. Barton in the Championship will be absolutely bedlam. I've gone with a 2-2 draw though, point split right down the middle. Kicking off all, we have Hull against Lincoln. This one's fruity again. I don't know if it goes ahead, but we'll go with it. Oh shit! Will we go with it? I don't know. I've just closed it out. I can't get the page back, but we're gonna have to go with it. Have a look into this. Go Hull coming to in 3rd spot at the moment. Lincoln City coming to the top of the table. Of course, back-to-back wins for Lincoln, whereas Hull are actually looking like 3 defeats on the spin for them. Of course, just 2 wins the past 6 games for Hull heading into this. Of course, a win for Hull in 3rd, could go as high as 2nd. Lincoln City, if they get a point or more, they will remain top of the pops no matter what else goes on the 29th of December. Again, I don't have much data. I've closed out the stupid tab and I can't bring it back. I've gone with a 3-2 win for Hull if it goes ahead, and to be honest with you, I don't think it goes ahead according to my brain. I'm looking at the odds on this one. I think it's postponed, so we'll have to wait and see if it goes ahead or not. But anyway, Rochdale taking on Crewe. Of course, Northwest encounter. They played each other in the last 6. 4 wins for Rochdale, 1 for Crewe, and 1 draw. Last time out in Rochdale was back in 2016 in February. It was a 2-2 draw in Scotland. It's up here, lads. Rice Bennett on the score sheet. Joe Bunny as well, of course, the prettiest man in football. Marcus Haber on the score sheet. Ryan Seeger as well for Crewe. Heading into this, though, Rochdale actually failed to win their last 7 home matches in League One, whereas Crewe are undefeated in the last 6 in League One as well. So Crewe looking good. Just 1 defeat the past 6 games in all competitions. That was in the Papa John's Trophy against Hull. Meanwhile, 1 win in the past 4 games for Rochdale against Wigan. It was a 5-0 demolition, of course, for Rochdale, giving themselves a bit of kudos in the Northwest. Look at the situation out in the league. Rochdale are in 19th spot at the moment with a win for them. They could go as high as 15th in the table. Crewe are in 9th at the moment with a win for them. They could go as high as 4th in the league. Could they really do a Wycombe Wanderers and get themselves promoted? We'll have to wait and see. I've gone with a 1-1 draw, and this one Crewe will slip up a little bit, but keep on their unbeaten run as we drive through South Carolina. Have I told you that already? I don't know if I did. Kicking off all those, Swindon Town taking on MK Bloody Dons. They've played each other in the last 6. 1 win for Swindon. We've got 3 wins from MK Dons and 2 draws. Last time out in Swindon was a draw back in League 2, of course, back in September 2018. Joe Walsh on the score sheet for MK Dons and Ilaji Adebayo on the score sheet for Swindon. Heading into this, Swindon have actually failed to win the last 5. MK Dons have actually failed to win 22 of the last 24 matches away from home. They come into this, though, 1 defeat the past 5 for them in all competitions. 1 defeat was against Plymouth on the road. Meanwhile, Swindon come into this 5 games without a win. They come into this on the back of a draw against Charlton. Of course, Charlton, of course, the situation out in the league, we have Swindon coming in to sit in the relegation spots, but a win for them. They could go as high as 19th in the table, whereas MK Dons they're doing all right, mid-table at the moment, 22 points on the board. A win for them, they could go as high as 14th in the bloody league. I've gone with on this one, a 1-0 for Swindon Town, against the grain perhaps, but it's 3 points in the bag and maybe survival on the agenda. Into the last three, we have Northampton Town taking on Gillingham, I believe, and again, we'll see if this game goes ahead. According to my quick scan, it looks like it will go ahead. They played last 6 performances for Gillingham, 1 win for Northampton and 1 draw. Last time out in Northampton was 2-1 win for Gillingham. Josh Parker, Tom Eves on the score sheet for Gillingham. Of course, Eves no longer at the club. Ash Taylor on the score sheet for Northampton Town. Hidalberto sounds Brazilian. He got himself sent off. Heading into this, Northampton have actually failed to have actually lost the last 4 matches in League One. They've also failed to score in 5 of the last 6 at home, conceding at least 2 goals in the last 4. They come into this though, 1 win in the past 5. That 1 win was against Exeter in the Papa John's Trophy. Meanwhile, Gillingham just 1 win in the past 4. That 1 win was against Rochdale, and that was a pre-Boxing Day match. Of course, Gillingham now in 13th spot, but a win for them, they could go as high as 10th in the table. Northampton coming into this in the relegation spots, but a win for them, they could go as high as 17th in the bloody league. What do you think? Get your picks in nice and early down below. I've gone with the 2-1 win for Northampton this one. Gillingham have hit a bit of a rough patch. I think Northampton will grind out a big home win for them. Into the final 2 now. Plymouth Argyle taking on Oxford, of course. Quick scan of this thing says this game will go ahead unless something dramatic goes on in the next day. Played each other in the last 6. 2 wins for Plymouth, 3 for Oxford and 1 draw. Last time out in Plymouth was a 3-0 win for Plymouth back in New Year's bloody day last season in League One. And Tony Saka, in fact, a couple of seasons ago actually. Anthony Sakovic on the score sheet for Plymouth. Ruben Lameres with a couple of goals for himself. Heading into this, Oxford have actually kept a clean sheet in the last 3 matches in League One. They come into this unbeaten in the last 5, picking up 3 wins and 2 draws. Plymouth though, just 1 win in the past 6 for them. That was against MK Dons a couple of games back, of course. So look at the situation out on the table. Plymouth come to this in 14th spot at the moment. A win for them, they could go as high as 13th in the table. Oxford are in actually 15th spot at the moment. A win for them, they could actually leave off Plymouth and go into 14th themselves. I've gone with a 2-2 draw. This 1 point split right down the middle. What do you think? Make sure you get your picks in nice and early for that one. Into the final one now. It's Shrewsbury taking on Blackpool, and again, quick scan says this game does not go ahead, but we'll talk about it. No, it does go ahead. I do see at the bottom there. at the foot of my graphic. But anyway, they played each other in the last 63 wins for Shrewsbury, nothing for Blackpool, and 3 draws. Last time out at Shrewsbury was in fact a draw, 0-0 back in August 2018. Last time, of course, Shrewsbury have drawn actually the last 4 matches at home in this division. They've also kept a clean sheet in the last 6 home matches against Blackpool in all comps. They come into this unbeaten in the last 4, picking up 3 wins and a draw to boot. Meanwhile, Blackpool unbeaten in the last 3, picking up 2 draws and a win for themselves. I look at the situation out the table. Shrewsbury are climbing the table now. They're actually in 17th spot. A win for them, they could go as high as 14th. Blackpool in 12th. A win for them, they could go into the top 8 in the table. I've gone with on this one 2-1 for Blackpool on the road, 3 points in the bloody end. And like I said, I don't know, I can't see your picks for this week, but make sure you put your picks in at the bottom of this one, and then we'll do a double bubble next time around. If I'm right, which I bloody well hope so, Portsmouth will be top of the pops, of course. In fact, 11 on points with Lincoln City. Hull City will be in 3rd, Peterborough 4th, Ipswich 5th, and Doncaster in your playoff spots as of right new. And the foot of the table, Burton, Wigan, Bristol, Rovers, and Swindon going down to League 2. Will it happen? We'll have to wait and see. And again, be sure you get your picks in nice and early for this one, of course, so we can redo and take a little look at your picks next time around. That's pretty much all I've got for you today, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up, and of course, if you're new, bang your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, League 1 related, bloody sunshine in the car related, travelling to Georgia related, all here under one bloody camera. That's right. Be sure to get your picks in nice and early. Again, check out the links down below: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. Of course, if you want to support the channel in another way, we're still looking for 2 patrons. We're running out of time. If you are interested, check out the links down below: patreon.com/Roverseas. Until then, though, get your picks in. We'll be back to normality very, very soon. But until then, I'm on the bloody road. Make sure you put your masks on, guys. Make sure you put your masks on. You know how to do it. Until then, I'm out.